talk about fatherhood. I heard Scott Free talk about fatherhood. I heard there was another person. I Am Jarrell sing about fatherhood, and I wrote My Fathers Are Not Disposable. I mentioned, not by name, but I mentioned that I heard these poets speak about fatherhood, and this is what I took. We are a collective, as you said. You said it's a feast.
Yeah.
And the feast is created by what you bring, you know. So whenever you go out to a show, it's like you go out and you don't come back the same, because you get inspired, you get ideas, you see somebody do something and you're like, wow, I really like how the audience reacted to that. Let me try something similar. You get inspired. You also get challenged. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I want to be that dope. I want to be that, you know. So it's and there's that energy that you feel, that builds you, that feeds you, and you feel again that magnetism, that allure.
Yeah.
Because art has its own seductiveness.
I did a little time in Austin with that was kind of like the introduction for me, as far as in the poet society with the neo soul poetry group. A lot of open mic things out there. That was kind of like the first step of me doing it as I was older. But my grandmother, she was an educator, and every day she would. The first poem that I ever did was called "I Am a Promise," and did it in church, you know. And she was the one that kind of. That's where I started. That's who started me, my grandmother, because she was like, "Hey, you're gonna be on this program this Sunday," and I'm like, "Oh, what I'm gonna do?" And she gave it to me, and she's like, "You're not gonna read it. You're gonna learn it." So she would make me practice, and it was, you know, and I remember the initial of it because I used to have to sing it. I am a promise, I am a possibility, I am a promise with a capital P. I am a great big bundle of potentiality, and if I listen, you know, I will hear God's voice, and if I try Him, He'll help me make the right choice. I am a promise to be anything that God wants me to be, and that was my start. When I go to these poetry shows, though, I've heard a lot of dope poets. One for sure, Miss Zennurgy. With her later on down the road, but she is a dope poet. There is a certain aura. Yes.
Thank you.
That you possess, and subtlety. The subtlety of your words, like you don't have much bravado or, you know, extravagant motions or this or that, but the way you deliver, the subtlety in your voice, how the words just come out, they resonate with people on a certain level, on different levels. That's what makes Zen dope. You know, Scott Free, Courtney Lynn, a lot of dope poets. Mr. Reverse It, you know, Reverse Flows. Cass, Phoenix Fire, like these are, you know, and even the poets at the local seat, Kodak, you know, Lady 380, dope poet. A lot of them have inspired me and given me, you know, because I heard this a long time ago. A poem never ends. Where one poet stops, another begins.
I love it.
So
I love it.
That's the truth. Like, you know, we hear things, you know, and, you know, originality is originality. Originality does not exist anymore, but authenticity does. And people will be like, that's authentic, that's original. There's a slight difference because there's always something that comes from someone that feeds and helps grow into something else. One thing evolves into another step, So we take things from individuals, you know, but what we do with it and how we cultivate ourselves allows it to be an authentic thing with us, you know what I'm saying? And that's the slightness of originality that comes. So, you know, that's how I feel about a lot of things.
Well, I want to say this, you know, this man across from me is a dope poet.
Oh.
He is a dope poet because
Thank you.
I remember the first time I saw you perform and You are one of the few people
Yeah.
that there are times when I see, you will close your eyes, you will be on stage, eyes closed,
Yeah.
not even looking at the audience, and everybody in the audience will be listening to you. There will not be a voice, raised. There will not be anybody talking, because even though you're not even looking at the audience, what you're doing on stage is so mesmerizing and captivating. It just brings everybody in. And some people who would do that, you would think, oh, they're nervous, they can't look at the audience, or they're caught up in their own words, they forgot about us or whatever. But it's like when you do it, it's just part of you. It's just one of the ways that you just deliver some of your pieces.
It is.
And I've even seen you turn your back to the audience a couple of times and just still.
Yeah.
Still, everyone, they're not even seeing your face, but you still have their complete and total attention. I have not used the word rapt attention, RAPT.
Okay.
For any poet, but I could use it for you. You have rapt attention. People will stop in the middle of what they're doing and listen to you, because you just have these lines and these images that just really capture a moment. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I want to go to I want to talk about Black Rain Radio, and I want to talk about also the title of the song that you're going to do for us. You said Carpe Diem.
Yeah, it's actually it's a 2-part poem, and the song itself, it switches from one track to another in the middle, because the first part is everything, and then the second part is Carpe Diem. And like I said, the hook itself speaks of, everything is everything, and I want everything. So it's the initial of it is, and I usually and what I speak of or how I address it all for myself is that it's my introduction as an artist. It's how I view and look at my creative process and my growth as an artist from the beginning, when I started as a young kid doing poetry, my grandmother, and plays at the church. Went to drama class at school, so that just.
My name is Zennurgy, and I have a weekly podcast called Zennurgy, which is fuel for the mind, body, and soul. And this is the Zennurgize Your Life Goal Setting Package, Volume 1. It comes with the workbook, a journal, stickers, a bookmark, tabs, and a QR code where you can find my podcast. And inside this workbook, you're going to have 16 different principles. The first one, I'm going to show you mine, is abundance. You have a place to put pictures that inspire you of role models, also pictures of goals that you want to create, goals, journal prompts, meditations, affirmations, all kinds of things to help you focus on this principle to better your life. And like I said, there's 16 principles. So this is a $15 package that comes with all of these things I've shown you, $21 with shipping and handling, and you can get it at laughsandlyrics.com. So Zennurgize your life with me. Thank you.